Welcome to Across the Globe. Today we will learn about basic routing in Django. Routing in Django refers to the process of determining which view should be executed based on a given URL. Django matches URLs from top to bottom, and it selects the first matching URL pattern to process. For instance, if a website has URLs for example.com/home and example.com/about, Django will choose the view associated with the URL that matches the incoming request, such as example.com/about. This routing mechanism allows Django to efficiently handle incoming requests by directing them to the appropriate view based on the URL pattern provided, ensuring that users are served the correct content for their request. URL patterns in Django's urls.py file define how URLs in a Django app map to specific views. Regular expressions are employed to match URL patterns to corresponding views within the app. In the provided example, the URL patterns list in urls.py assigns the home view to the root URL / and the about view to the /about/URL. This organization helps direct incoming requests to the appropriate view functions based on the URL pattern specified in the Django app. Views in Django are Python functions responsible for processing web requests and generating web responses. These functions are typically stored in the views.py file within a Django app. For instance, in the provided example, the home function accepts a request parameter representing a web request and returns a simple "Welcome to my website" message as a web response using the htResponse class from Django's HTTP module. Similarly, the about function takes a request parameter and responds with an About Us page message. By defining views in Django, you can map specific URLs to these functions to handle different user requests and serve appropriate data or pages. This structured approach aids in organizing and separating the processing logic from the URL routing configuration in Django web applications. To include the URLs of your app in the main project's urls.py file, you should import the include function from django.urls and then add a path in the URL patterns list that includes your app's URLs. For example, Python from django.urls import include URL patterns equals path admins admin.site URLs, path include myapp.urls. In this code snippet, myapp is the name of whose URLs are being included. By including myapp.urls, the URLs defined in the urls.py file of the myapp app are now accessible in the main project. Subsequently, when navigating to the root URL of the project, the URLs of myapp can be accessed and processed. Basic routing in Django is like a postal service routing mail to different addresses. Just like how the postal service routes mail based on the address specified on the envelope, Django routes web requests based on the URL specified in the browser. When a user enters a specific URL in the browser, Django reads the URL and navigates the request to the appropriate view function, just like how postal service navigates mail to the correct destination address. Each view function in Django is like a specific mailbox where the request is delivered and processed accordingly. Hey, code conquerors! Ready to level up? With TechLearn ATG, showcase your skills with official course certificates. Just visit our site and start. Need that extra boost? Get tailored learning 24/7 support and expert guidance. Coding smarter, growing faster, and making learning fun. Go to our website across the globe, www.atg.world. The code snippet above provides an overview of basic routing in Django, a popular web framework for building web applications. In this example, we create a Django project named Postal Service Routing and an app named Mail Routing. We define two views in the Mail Routing app. 1. Home. This view simply returns a welcome message when the user visits the root URL of the project. 2. Route Mail. This view takes a recipient parameter from the URL and returns a message indicating that the mail is being routed to the specified recipient's address. Next, we configure the URLs in the project's urls.py file. We define 3 URL patterns. 1. Admin URL for Django admin interface. 2. Root URL, which maps to the home view. 3. Dynamic URL pattern route/recipient/, which maps to the route mail view, allowing us to pass a recipient's name in the URL. After setting up the views and URLs, we run the Django development server using python manage.py run server command. This starts the server locally, allowing us to test the routing in the browser. By navigating to different URLs, such as the root URL, or a specific recipient's root URL, we can observe how Django routes the requests to the appropriate views based on the URL patterns defined in the urls.py file. This basic routing mechanism in Django is fundamental for handling incoming requests and directing them to the appropriate view functions, enabling developers to build dynamic web applications with ease. One practical industrial application of basic routing in Django is in e-commerce platforms. For example, a web application for an online marketplace can use routing to handle different types of requests, such as viewing products, adding items to a cart, and processing payments. Each route can be mapped to specific views that handle the corresponding functionality, ensuring a smooth shopping experience for customers. Another real-world scenario where basic routing in Django is crucial is in content management systems, CMS. Websites that allow users to create, edit, and publish content rely on routing to manage different sections of the site. For instance, routes can be defined to access blog posts, user profiles, or administrative tasks. By appropriately routing requests to the relevant views, CMS applications can provide users with the content they need efficiently. In conclusion, basic routing in Django plays a fundamental role in structuring web applications and directing incoming requests to the appropriate handlers. It facilitates the smooth flow of information and functionality, making it essential for a wide range of industrial applications globally. Keep learning, stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next video.